Welcome to the What I Wish I Knew After Pregnancy Loss podcast. I am your host, Shana Southern. I am an angel mum, a rainbow mum, a pregnancy loss practitioner, and trauma-informed coach. I created the Institute of Healing through Pregnancy Loss out of my own experience with loss in the hopes to provide understanding and healing, educating people on pregnancy loss, and creating more women or men in trained support roles. In this podcast, I hope to shed light on what I wish I knew in relation to pregnancy loss, opening up the conversation, breaking the stigma, and bringing real-life stories plus guest experts. Thank you for being here with me today, and let's dive into today's episode. The following episode is part of an interview I had within the Pregnancy Loss Practitioner membership. I believe it is bringing pieces of the healing after pregnancy loss puzzle together. These interviews have been very powerful and transformative for my students. I hope you enjoy listening in. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to today's expert interview. I have the beautiful Michelle with me. Michelle and I have been on a massive journey together over the years, and I absolutely love this woman and I love what she does within the healing space. And, you know, she has had her own personal journey that has led her to where she is today and doing what she does and helping support women in their self-love and their healing journey. So welcome, Michelle.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Would you like to just, share a little bit about you before we jump into kind of what you do and who you help and how you help?
So, hey, everybody, whoever's watching the video, I am Michelle and I live on the Gold Coast in sunny Queensland, although it's not been that sunny recently. I'm originally from the UK and I met Shana through when we studied together to do our life coaching, and we kind of ended up sharing lots of stories around pregnancy loss and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've kind of had my own pretty horrible journey with many, many years of endometriosis, fibroids and female related illnesses that kind of led to an infertility journey for me. And yeah, it was not a nice time, and also have suffered my own pregnancy loss as well. And I just had the same as Shana. When I did my life coaching, I just knew that I really wanted to help women in particular. And I predominantly am a sound healer. So I do lots of one-to-one sound with women, and I hold regular women's circles and do meditation sound baths. So we do a lot of release work and a lot of sound around the release work, because sound is the amazing healer. And I love it. And the coaching element, I specifically, like Shana, I help women and women who really struggle with emotional overwhelm around female-related illnesses like endometriosis and those kinds of things that lead to infertility, and the emotional struggle that those illnesses put on us and strip our kind of self-care away from us, because it's so overwhelming and so consuming and so lonely that you kind of forget all of the elements. So I help women connect back to a self-care element. I do use sound a lot, but I also help with other elements of self-care too.
Yeah. And I think, like you said, like you do forget to look after yourself, like in these really challenging times. Like you do forget that, your body needs that TLC as much as your mind, and as much as, you want to give also that love and everything to everyone else, but you can't do that. There's that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. Like you can't be there for anyone else if you can't be there for yourself. Yeah. And really being able to be aware of tools that you can add into your tool belt to be able to be there for yourself, to really support and nourish yourself first.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, like, I wanted to bring the awareness to you, because I just love what you do. And so, like, you mentioned that you do the sound healing. Like, is there anything else that you can sort of dive into, like another element of like really being able to connect them back to self-love? Or, is it mainly through the sound healing that you do that?
No, I think sound healing is just one element, and it's such a big topic. I mean, the thing that I find around pregnancy loss and the trying for a baby and the illnesses that surround women is the loneliness. That's one of the biggest things, because if you're going through a fertility journey, you know, it's really hard to share that with someone who doesn't understand. So then you keep yourself quiet. If you're going through crazy illnesses, again, nobody really understands. They try to, and they're very beautiful, but it's really difficult for them to understand. So again, you hold yourself back. You keep yourself quiet. You know, pregnancy loss, it's the same thing. It's the husband, even though he's been through it with you and it is his baby, they don't really quite understand as a woman your emotions and the, you know, the hormones and the craziness that goes along with that. And again, it's lonely. So you hold yourself back. So one thing I do find around the whole thing is the loneliness. And in that, you can be so overwhelmed with the thought process that you don't just need one modality to help you through that. And it's a bit like saying, oh, everybody's a size 6 in their shoes. It doesn't work that way. And I find a lot of people go, oh, okay, I'll read that book and I'll do all of the things that one person tells me to do, or I'll listen to that podcast, or I'll watch that person, and then they tell me that I should meditate for 15 minutes a day and I should listen to this type of meditation. I should sit this way, or I should use these particular crystals. And it's, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. But it's kind of bullshit. And it actually really pisses me off, because everybody's so different. Like, my self-care routine has taken me 20 odd years to nail down the things that light my soul on fire. And they're different every single day. And it depends on what type of person you are as to what's going to work for you. You know, meditation alone is a massive subject. And sometimes I can spend 3 or 4 hours on calls with people explaining it and going through stuff. Then you've got crystal work, you've got connecting. You know, if you are a little bit spiritual and you believe in angels and you believe in spirit guides, there's a whole other realm that you can tap into to help guide you and connect you back to source. You know, most people have no idea what self-care means to them. It's such a chucked out thing into the world, like self-care. But what does it actually mean to you? Because my self-care is totally different to yours, Shana. And yours will be totally different to clients you connect with. So I like to be able to dive in a lot deeper with a person and create their own toolbox of self-care. So they have to try stuff, and you're not going to like everything, but you have to try it to go, nah, I didn't really get much from that. Or you might do something else the following day and tweak it a bit and go, oh my God, that was just unbelievable. That's so amazing. Okay, right, I'm going to put that in my medium toolbox or my large toolbox, so that you can pull when you're having a shit day. You can go, right, okay, what do I feel like today? Let's go to my toolboxes, and I'm going to look and I'm going to go, yeah, that's what I feel like today. But because I've already trialed those things in that toolbox, I know they work. It's just what I'm in the mood for.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, like, I'm just like internally going, yes, because there's been so many things that I've been told to do for myself, and, you know, do meditating in the morning, do affirmations in the morning, you know, whatever, yoga in the morning. And I'm just like, I don't want to do, like, I might do it for a few days or a week, but then I'm out of like that mood. Like, I don't want to do that like every morning for the rest of my life. So, and it's really just being like, what self-care is for me is being able to get in touch with nature.
Yeah.
I need to be able to go to the beach. I need to be able to be in the sand or on the grass or
grounding.
Yeah, I need to get grounded. And that for me, so almost just solves like all of my worries and all of my issues. And I don't necessarily need to meditate in the sense of meditating. I'll sit at the beach and I'll just listen to the ocean.
Yeah.
And that for me is enough. Like, so yeah, like you said, defining what self-love means to you and not relying on just one way that's going to work for you. Like, not relying
on. It's so important.
Yeah.
It's one of the first things I do with my clients is I've got this document that I've done. Super simple. In the middle is a great big circle and it says self-care. And there's loads of arrows that come off of it. And I tackle them and I'm just like, you need to go and sit for an hour, get a glass of wine or a cup of coffee or a cacao or a cup of tea or whatever it is you want, and be silent and just listen to some music that, you know, you enjoy, that's just calming, and just sit and go, right, okay, what does self-care actually mean to me? Don't think about all the things that other people have told you can do. What does it mean? What brings a smile to your face? You know, like I have mine on my actual wall. This is mine. And I have it in front of my computer. And I have weird stuff on there, like cold showers for me. Oh, they're like...
Definitely not what I would do.
Exactly. But cold showers for me, they ground me straight away. They clear my energy. They get rid of my funk and I feel amazing after them. You know, having sun on my face is another one that brings a massive smile to my face, even if it's for 2 minutes, just to have the breeze and the sun on my face. Amazing. Like cuddling for me, big one, you know, and old school black and white movies. Like it doesn't have to be pigeonhole into, you know, okay, I do have meditation on here, but it's taken me probably 15 years of trial and error with meditation for me to be able to meditate for an hour or 45 minutes. That didn't happen straight away. And I hated it. And I had to try so much stuff. So yeah, you know, this list is where you start there. And then you have branches off from all these things. There's branches off from that you then go, okay, well, what movies? Yeah. Okay, what types of meditation? Okay, what about nature? Not every time you go outside it feels amazing. Specifically, what about nature fills your soul on fire? Do you know what I mean? So then once you've got that self-care list, then you can then go deeper and then start to trial other things, start to look in deeper to other avenues. And that's when somebody like myself is helpful, because you might not know where to look for the extra avenues to go and try things. And that's where coaches are really great, because then you're like, hey, I read these 3 books. Maybe stick them on your list over the next 6 months to like try. This podcast is great. That podcast is great. Go and have a little listen, see what you think. This app for meditation, like, so it branches, but you have to start with the main chunk, which is what lights your self-care list up.
To listen to the full interview, I'd love to have you inside the Pregnancy Loss Practitioner membership. Click the application link in the show notes if you feel drawn to creating more support in the pregnancy loss space and become a pregnancy loss practitioner. One in 4 pregnancies will result in miscarriage. 1 in 8 women will experience infertility. 1 in 100 women will experience recurrent miscarriage. And 1 in 160 births end in stillbirth. Have you been wanting to make a difference in the lives of women or men who have experienced pregnancy loss because you can see so many suffering in silence, but you just don't know how? Collectively, we can change how bereaved parents can access mental, physical and emotional support after their experience. There is a lot of women with unhealed trauma, and there is a huge gap in the current support system when it comes to bereaved parents' recovery after loss. There are too many women and men suffering in silence. The Pregnancy Loss Practitioner Certification is a worldwide, one-of-a-kind program that gives you proven methods designed for healthcare professionals, medical staff, midwives, nurses, doulas, birth workers, coaches, and angel parents alike. The Pregnancy Loss Practitioner Certification is bridging that gap. It will give you a proven support structure to follow and education specific to pregnancy loss, created by a loss mum. It is creating more education specifically for loss so that you can enhance your service and become the point of difference. Or you can create the support that you so desperately needed in your healing after loss. This is the next level of growth and expansion you have been searching for. So does this sound like something that you have been searching for? Let's explore this more together. You can head to the episode show notes where you'll find the program application, or direct message me on Instagram and let's open up the conversation in how you can use this education. You have a gift, and I look forward to supporting you and witnessing you bring your gift to the world, healing and transforming women's lives. Thank you for listening in with me today. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you did, I would absolutely love to hear from you. Take a screenshot of this episode, share it to social media, and tag me at Institute of Healing_PL. I love seeing what is resonating with you right now. If you want to chat further, I invite you to connect with me through Instagram. Head over and follow my Instagram account, send me a DM, and let's open the communication. If you want to know more about how you can be the support for others, head to the show notes and fill out the application form for the Pregnancy Loss Practitioner certification. I want to also note here that what I share within the episodes is not medical advice. If you need further support, please consult your doctor. Thank you again. Much love to you. Be gentle with yourself, and I look forward to supporting you on the next episode.